Rico's never gonna quite feel totally vulnerable. He is the strongest, most amazing action hero out there, but this time in Just Cause 4, he has met his match.
What we set ourselves out to do was to ground the game a little bit more, and Rico is obviously a big part of that. So for this time around, what we wanted to do was make him a little bit more believable.
In the past has been sort of an avatar that the player embodies and then does whatever they want. But in a modern setting, in modern times, characters need to have more depth, more complexity.
So we've been able to see a little bit more of Rico, this new chapter of his life, what's going on, what are his motivations. He's looking a little rough around the edges, so we're here to find out what is going on with Rico and why is he here in the world of Solis.
We continually want to make Rico more human. He's not just a Terminator android that runs around doing whatever he wants without consequence.
Wingsuit for this time around has been much more realistic. How it works both with Rico, but how it reacts to wind and the world in general.
Rico surrounds himself with a cast of characters that are a reflection of parts of Rico that are missing. We all knew we wanted to bring back the badass.
We like to talk about Rico as the ultimate action hero. We like to talk about it as a force of nature.
We can't go backwards and all of a sudden decide that bullets and rockets are Rico's weakness. But extreme weather, that sort of changes the game for Rico. That's something he can't necessarily shoot. That's not something he can necessarily blow up. It's something he has to work with others to deal with.
Rico is kind of a human tornado in and of himself. So what happens when he runs up against a real tornado?
Yeah, usually where Rico goes, there's chaos. Having like tornadoes and hurricanes fit perfectly well into that, adding more chaos.
We have thrown quite a lot at him this time around, but it's he hasn't had enough.
Rico doesn't feel like this cardboard cutout of a character anymore. Like, he doesn't feel like just your mid-30s action hero.
When you look at sort of the action hero pantheon, I think the coolest thing that you can possibly do is see them kind of fall on their ass or get their ass kicked at least once or twice.
At the end of the day, he's still an action hero. There's definitely an archetype inherently within that. But we want him to be his own guy. We want Rico Rodriguez to be distinguishable from kind of the field of action heroes.
So it's very easy to sit with an art director or a lead character artist and say, this is what I'm feeling, makes sense. And when you hear them come back to you with, yeah, we're on the same page.
All the fantasies and all the stuff that you can't really do yourself, you can always put that on Rico and allow him to do that.
Yeah, you know, Rico's presented with an enemy that just on the sheer level of force is greater than he could ever be. But he's still rocking a leather jacket in the jungle, so he's still that guy that you kind of enjoy playing as and you know, taking on the world with.